All right, sounds like me. Sounds like I'm alive. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can. Okay, good. All right, I got a thumbs up from my partner in crime over here helping me out today. Hey, don't forget, folks, if you would please put where you're from, where you're watching from. I see there's about 3 watching out there, and that might be my guest that's in here with me, my helping me out. And anybody can come in and do this anytime. I'd love having folks. But Jolyn, thank you for stepping in and doing that. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, can't hear you.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I was just
You
throwing
are
something
in.
into YouTube.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'm here
It's
too.
awesome to have you. Great to see that you're healthy, wealthy, and wise over there because you
And
got
not
a little
blown
bit of that.
away.
That's right. Not yet, anyway. No,
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
that none of that happens.
We'll get
Any
some
of that.
heavy rain and wind tonight, and it'll be blown over and into North Carolina by the morning. So
There you
we should
go.
be okay.
And you usually, even when you're on here with me, you
Hmm.
put where your city, state, and all that.
I'm
But
getting
that's
there.
okay. That's all right. Tell us anyway where you are hanging out
I
from.
live in the low country of South Carolina
Awesome. Love it.
and on Hilton Head Island, and we are, of course, under uh, serious
What what
let's see,
mean?
storm warning, hurricane warning, uh tornado watch, even no
Hmm.
warnings, just watches. So but we'll be fine. So let's get on with the show because this is fascinating.
Yes. Well, I think so. And the whole premise of this show today, and the reason that I'm even doing it, is because 1,000 tips ago from my community, one of our very first tips was about feedback. So that's what I'm giving feedback and how to give feedback and where to give feedback and why it's important that you give feedback and is your feedback heard. I think those are all key things that you need to think about and talk about. And here we go. There you go. And there's your comment. Greetings from low
Yes.
country. There it is. And then Mike's out there too. Good to see you, Mike. Anybody else? Feel free to put your comments and where you are tuning in from. Yeah, and I did get a thumbs up from Mike D. Thomas over there on Facebook. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. There's a lot of apps. Google does a very good job of this. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a Google guy. So there's a lot of apps that I use and things like that. And when I'm in the app, that you can give feedback, and I absolutely love that. There's other ones though, not so much, and I really wish they would. And I guess this is kind of a word out to them. Hey, give us a way to do this. Give us a way to leave feedback because I think
Yes.
this is a crucial part and a crucial thing that would really help people and just to let them know that you're listening. So if any, I doubt very seriously because there's not a whole lot of people that watch this, but if you do, there's Mr. Vaca. Hello, sir. How are you? Where are you tuning in from, sir? Always let us know. And I think I responded to you in our, we have a private message group that we work with in YouTube. I am looking so forward to your energy and being over there and seeing you coming up in the next month or
Yes,
2 months
that's
or
going to be
whatever. So I'm looking
fantastic.
forward to it. Yeah, it's super fantastic.
Yeah.
But we're talking about feedback today. And the thing is, and I'm not talking about feedback, the noise feedback. I'm talking about feedback and giving feedback. One of the big things, like I said, and there's a couple things to this. So a lot of people watch this afterward. Some of you are watching it now. Comments both ways. I would love to hear what program or app or if it's on a computer, whatever it is. Tell me which ones you would love that they had feedback or better feedback, or is there a forum that they use or something like that? I think giving feedback is a key thing. One thing that I preach and tell a lot of people is I think it's easy to sit there and complain about something. It's so easy to sit there and complain. But if you can come up with a solution or a better idea or a presentation or a video and say, this is what I think would be really cool, and just make up some stuff. Now that we have AI at our fingertips,
Hmm.
you can create images, you can come up with images, you can come up with things like that that you can generate because maybe you're not the best artist or you can't break down photos or you don't know how to do that. I think by creating a video of feedback, hey, this is awesome. I love your thing. It would be really cool if it did this. Leave that in a Facebook or not a Facebook, in a feedback area. And
Yeah,
use,
I've found there are some areas in Microsoft I would like to be able to have a better feedback. I mean, there is basically good support, but
mhm,
it's not. I don't always find the answers that I need, or in the case of the forums, someone to actually get feedback directly from, that you can actually post a question, and not only the folks that are involved as forum leaders or forum contributors, but also those who are learning from the forums.
right, exactly. And a valid point. That's a good one because I'm going to bring that up and actually share my screen because I want to show this is Microsoft's that I'm going to go to in just a second here if I can find it. Yep, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to add that. This is what their support page is. This is one specifically for Windows help. And you leave a question, etc. And I'm not sure how or who gets this, but one thing that's kind of cool is I'm going to show you Google's only because I don't know. I like it because it's real people that are
Yes.
talking to you. You don't know whether you're talking to a person here, where this is people just like you and me. And I'm going to go to Google Help. You can do Google support. You can do all kinds of things, but it's support.google.com is what it actually is. And when I go here, I can go to the product I want. Let's just say it's I don't know, Google Drive question or something. Then you can go here. This gives you a lot of things and maybe helps you look up what your issue is. But over here where it says community, and a lot of times they have forums. You know, a lot of these have forums like Microsoft. I'm not sure if they have a
I'm
forum.
not sure either.
I think Apple might, but I'm not
Apple does a
positive.
better job than Microsoft, definitely. There's a
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
because you can actually call someone to get help very
Right.
easily. They're
Right.
very much on top of that. But that's
Yep.
what you're paying. That's part of what you're paying for.
Exactly. Exactly. So when I view all posts and I look here, you can see where people have come in and it tells how many replies there are, etc. There's one relevant answer. So it's kind of neat. I kind of like that. And it's people, like I said, just like you and I, that are
Hmm.
given answers like this one. There you go. See, and you can't, whatever, you can do that. And sometimes, so posting in the right forum, but very specific. And I think this
Really
is
important.
awesome. Oh, look, there's Miss Eileen. Hey, Miss Eileen, thank you for
There she
joining.
is. Wonderful.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I had to mute my phone really quick.
No worries, no worries. We are live and we are talking about
Yes.
giving feedback. Yeah,
Yeah,
giving feedback.
I saw it on the YouTube side. I saw it and I said,
Nice.
boy, okay, so when you're ready for the my feedback
Your
about
your feedback
Yeah.
about
who needs to get feedback.
Yes.
But I'm this is really great where you are now. But hi,
I will
John.
be ready for you in momentarily. So again, here's Windows support and all that kind of stuff. And even if when you go to like Apple, Apple help, you can go into that Apple support. It's kind of the same theory. You go hit on the item that you want help with and it takes you in how to contact them, etc. But you never know whether it's a real person or not in the background. And I know they actually have stores that you can go to and do all that. I know any way that you can get help and give help and know that it's going somewhere. I only know that when you go into Google, when you do these comments and stuff, these things can get escalated to the right people. And I only know that because I am actually a product expert that answers over there. So I know that that's going on. Does everything get answered? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all. But one thing I do think is that I think more of these things should have this. And I know there some are very good friends over at StreamYard because a lot of us either use that or have used that. Over at StreamYard, they actually use the face place. No, they use Facebook. They use Facebook and they have a whole community there where they try to answer and do stuff, but they also within their app, within their product, have a way. If you're having issues, you can contact them and get support from a person right away. All cool stuff, things like that. But there's a lot of software and things. And why not, Miss Eileen? Why don't you? I'm going to go to these questions real quick, and then I'll put you on the spot and let you go out there and give me some pointers or some comments about people that should be doing this. So, be a part of the solution. Yes, amen. Be a part of the solution. And then Hermitage checking in, Andrew's checking in. Sometimes forums have hard to find solutions. That is very true. And there's no doubt in that. I mean, like I said, even in our forums that we help out with in Google section, we don't always have an answer. And I get that. It's that you need to know the right terminology when searching for answer in a forum. That is very, very true. Actually, you can call free customer, on free consumer products. There you go. You can try that too. And Mr. Vaca says, Apple support is great when you call the 800 number. Again, a lot of them still use the 800 numbers, et cetera, and all that kind of stuff. But Miss Eileen.
Michael, I see that you have available here, stream this to your audience. And I'd just like to ask if that's okay.
Absolutely. Please do it. Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay. Let me just do that right now. Let me get that set up. And while you,
I can keep talking while you're setting that if you want.
I'm just going to say giving feedback, and that should do it. The one thing that I do want to say is with StreamYard, and there's a couple of softwares that I use that do this as well. Mm-hmm. The Facebook group is really where users are helping each other.
Right.
Like the support team, they might pop in every now and then, but it's mostly like the questions that are there. There's another user that may say, I got that same question, and then there's another user that'll come in and say, oh, you do it this way. And then maybe somebody from StreamYard or one of the OGs will say, here's the link to the video. Because that's another thing. StreamYard has a video for each and every single moving part of how to use StreamYard. So that's another bonus. But on the other hand, and I agree with you about Google before I even get into my soapbox.
Yeah.
There are two major companies that have a serious problem in this area. And one of them is Facebook. Facebook, there is such a lack of support or places for feedback. And in addition to that, another thing that they do and I'll use Google, I'll put Google like as the gold standard. Mm-hmm. Every user may have a different experience, different sets of tools, different things and it's one of the reasons why on my channel, I stopped doing Facebook tutorials.
Oh, wow.
Because people say, well, mine doesn't look like that. And mine doesn't. And then I was an admin for my daughter's page. I'm also an admin for a page at my day job. And I noticed, no, this page doesn't have that. And that page doesn't. And so I said, you know what? I'm not even going to drive myself crazy, nor am I going to drive my audience batty because they think they're looking at a tutorial from somebody that they trust. And, the information.
What a great point. What a great point. What a great point.
Wrong. And so the next one I would just really quickly is Amazon. As an Amazon influencer, and shout out to Amazon because they do help you make money more than a lot of these other platforms. But the communication and the feedback is poor because, and Facebook helps with this, right? With the groups, because there's people coming into the groups and there's so many questions because one of the Amazon reps will give one answer and another Amazon rep will give a different answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have this set of, terms and conditions. And we see people violating the terms all the time. Like, well, how come that person got shut down? They did the exact same thing as this other person. And that other person, they feature them on the blog or whatever.
Amen. Amen.
How much of all of that is affected by people spamming, like with YouTube removing links is because of spam? How much of that for the forum issues, and like you say with the Amazon issue, how much of that has to do with people just dumping stuff?
Yeah. I mean, that's a valid point too. I mean, there really is a lot of that. Even I know that on our Google side too. We get a lot of spam, just people just, bleh, just garbage comments too. But anyway, go ahead, Eileen.
Yeah, but it's an excellent question, John. And the violations that I've seen in my experience, and there's a lot of influencers and associates that have more experience even than I do with the feedback from Amazon. But let me just give you a quick example, and this is where YouTube saves the day. They don't really have a great content ID software over there. So what a lot of the influencers, and the difference is the influencers can post videos.
There you go.
What they do is they'll have either posted on their regular channel, which I've done a couple like that, or they have a separate YouTube channel to catch thieves. And then they'll come into the group and say, well, everybody check this channel because I just reported them. See if your videos are here. And somebody else will say, yeah, my videos are up there too. And so Amazon doesn't, I'm sure they have something, but it's not as sophisticated. I always say that YouTube, Google, but YouTube is the most sophisticated platform for content creators on the planet. Agreed. And their content ID system is strong.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting. I mean, because one thing that I absolutely love, and I know it goes somewhere. So this is why I wanted to just touch on this real quick. I'm going to put myself on screen just so I can show this so people out there can see, because you bring up a great point. And I'm glad you brought up YouTube, because my intent was, but I always bring up Google stuff. So for me, it's not always, some people are just tired of seeing that or hearing that or whatever. But I'm going to move over to here to my cell phone, and I'm going to show you. So if I'm in YouTube, which is my YouTube app right here, if I hit on my icon up at the top right, one thing I absolutely love is, you see that help and feedback? I love that. That goes somewhere. That does something. It is so useful. People don't realize. And every Google app has this. Every single one has this.
It is.
And so I wish that other apps, and this is kind of my wish list and my thing to put out there. I wish all of them would do that. I don't care if you're on the web. I don't care if you're in their facility or area. It's kind of like what you said, Miss Eileen. Even if they're in like if you're on Amazon, if you're doing something on Amazon, just give me that something where I can immediately at least send you feedback right away. Some of them do. There are some out there that do. Some of them send you over to a customer page or whatever, and a support page, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And you'd really have to dig in. I think sometimes they try to make it hard for you to get there.
Yes, very much so. I had that experience just the other day. I was trying to get an answer on something, and it was one of the bot chat functions on a website, and it just, we'd go around, and then I'd ask, and I'd finally ask to speak to someone, but even trying to get to someone, you had to deal with the bot.
That's right.
The difference between that kind of feedback or question, when they have, chat with us. No, chat with our AI, not so smart bot. And, so having access to decent, readily or easily available feedback, just to leave a note, just to ask a question, and have somebody somewhere answering it and taking a look would be a really nice thing.
Yep. And leaving feedback versus trying to get an answer to something, because there might not be
different.
Might not. Yeah. For example, there's something you might be requesting. You might get a response. Oh, that absolutely is not a feature right now. But here's a place, while you're in the app, go ahead and leave feedback of a request for something. I love that. To me, that is just excellent. And because a lot of times we're thinking outside the box or use case that we have. So I think it becomes very important. And I think people could grow from that. Companies could grow from that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have to hit a couple of these comments that are out here. So Mike says too many companies have reduced their support in the last couple of years. 100%. Absolutely true. I totally agree with you on that. I wish feedback required telling which device, operating system, version, browser you were using. And you know what? One thing in Google, when you go to that support page, you have to answer those things. Oh, are you talking about Chrome? Oh no, you're talking about a Pixelbook, whatever. You know, it asks you what actual all of this stuff and versions. Like you might be on Android 13, somebody's on Android 11, it hadn't been a feature for that, or you're on a Pixel phone, but it's not on a Samsung. You know, all those kind of things come into play. But it asks you those leading questions. And I do like that, and I 100% agree with her. I think that should be a way to have that, to put that there. So,
or at least if you have the opportunity to at least include it in the feedback or the questions.
Yes, 100%, absolutely. Facebook support is buried under 3 dots.
Yes,
yes,
so deep. It's so deep. It's totally deep. Yeah. And Marcus says hi.
I had
Hey, Marcus.
I had to put that up there.
And also, Dealcasters out there said hi. Hey, Dealcasters.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and there's another great app that I use, which is 𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐢𝐜, and that is a Mac live streaming app for those who don't know. And they have this incredible chat feature that you can give the feedback, and because it's software that can be and that you have to install on your computer, you're actually sending them the logs from your computer so they know what
the system requirements. Yeah, they already have all that. Yeah,
and so that's part of the program, that they can pull all of that information so they know your environment, and it makes them much more efficient with responding to your support ticket or your feedback.
Yeah.
But once again, they have that Facebook group, and I know a lot of places use Discord as well.
That was my next thing, but I was letting you. Yes.
Yeah, but
that's good.
And it's either way, you know, just a place, a gathering place where not just for people venting, but so that the community can be built. And like I said, the other users are in there helping out, and it's always nice if the people that, you know, that's one good thing about Facebook. In a group, it'll tell you, yeah, this person was real active in the group, and then this week answering a lot of questions or whatever. And then, you know, maybe give them a little perk. 𝐞𝐚 has these special mugs. I think they're gold or something like that. And there's some other merch that they give you that's exclusive only to those people that got that award for helping out. And it's just the users, not the staff.
Love that. Love that. I wanted to since you mentioned it, Discord, I find, so for example, OBS reminds me exactly what you said. OBS actually has one of the original writers of OBS. Like they had a multitude of people that are always in building and growing that is in there. And they also have a bot in there that will start off, hey, give us the log, because it's a downloaded product. And the same thing, it'll get a log of everything, and it'll track all the stuff, which Windows version you're using, etc., all that kind of stuff, which is super awesomely cool. If you're on a Mac and using OBS, it'll tell you that, you know, all that stuff. So yes, I love those kind of things and how that does that. One of the things I find about Discord, and I know a lot of people, it's confusing, it's just a lot to them. Some people, just a lot of clutter. But what I like about the way, if you set them up right, if they're set up right, and I'm using the OBS one as an example. I know YouTube started one for developers. Nest started to use one Discord for getting questions. You know, it's just super cool with the stuff that they're doing, and some of these that are out there. Some of the tools that I use that you download, like Voice Meter has a really good one to help if you're having issues with certain things. but it's not exactly a specific support thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like Eileen said, it's people that are answering things, but then they'll have a bot sometimes. If it's a question that's answered a lot, they have a bot that tracks that, and a bot will come up with a standard answer that also helps. It's really interesting how that's coming into play. I know Chris said out here, she said a while ago, he might have skipped over. Sorry about that, Chris, but she says on Google Photos feedback form, there's a checkbox to take a screenshot. That's never made sense to me, because to get the feedback form, I moved away from the photo screen. Yeah, valid point. I mean, that's so true. Yeah, it's so funny. And let's see here. Oh, I see Huey popped in. He's down there in Florida, right in the middle
He's there.
from unsunny.
Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow on the Tech for
show?
Senior. Yeah, Tech for Senior tomorrow. So hopefully he didn't get blown away.
In the Zoom call, tell the host machine characteristics in their hidden tech LIG. They access it from call support business account and give them a meeting ID and webinar ID. Yep. Yeah, I know you meant log, not LIG. I knew that. I was just yep. So yep. Yeah, that's right. Discord can be good if it's managed properly. You know what? And I don't know if any company would actually just make Discord there, especially for a paid product, that kind of thing. I know there's some really good 𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐿 Discords. I know as a product that I use. A lot of products that you download, they're coming up with different Discord ones. I have actually seen, I think it was either Frigidaire or LG. They have a Discord where you can, if you're having an issue, it's awesome. You can get through to the people. You can show pictures. You can share with them what's going on with your refrigerator or whatever it is, or TV, or I don't know, whatever. And they actually, they use it as a customer service type support.
Wow.
I love
nice.
it.
Well, I am not really that into this particular tool, but I did join the Discord and I kind of got lost. But I've seen a lot. But it's an AI image generation tool called Midjourney. And Midjourney
been out for a while. Yes.
Actually, that's how you get Midjourney. You have to join the Discord. And that's how they even roll out the feed. Like I said, I don't know the mechanics about how they do this, but that's how they roll out new features, because they just had an update last week, I believe it was, that was everybody was raving about. Oh, we can finally fix things and inside of Midjourney. And I was like, wow, talking about being able to get feedback, it's like a great way for them to, you're actually helping them build the tool as well, because you're right there.
Such a cool thing to be able to do.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yes, there's I can't remember the guy's name. I follow him. I tried to have him on the show.
Oh, my friend Kathy's here. Hey, 𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐿 comedy.
Oh,
She
there we
said
go.
yes, not a fan of the Discord.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Yep.
Awesome to see you. Thank you so much for joining. This is so cool. I love to see that. I use Midjourney. It's a great rabbit hole. Yes. if there's such thing as a great rabbit hole.
Well, for Mike, there would be.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm kidding. Michael is breaking up. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why.
I thought it was me.
I thought it was me too. So you're okay now.
Okay.
We'll let you know. Now we know we got to keep an eye on it. It sounded like a loose wire.
Okay. That's good to know.
That's what
I will take note of that. I will take note of that.
Thanks, Mert.
All right, that's really a conversation. So anybody that's rewatching this, if you're watching this and this is already done and everything, really what I'd like to know and see in the comments, if you can leave some comments and say, what app do you wish you could give feedback? Like, or one that you give feedback that's just not that great. I would love to hear what you have to say, because I like pursuing and trying giving feedback to some of these companies and giving this kind of stuff and saying, hey, your feedback could be better. While in app, you should always have something where I can always leave feedback or a suggestion or a request or something like that. I think that's
so
very important.
Asking for everybody to leave you feedback.
Basically, yes, give me feedback. And keep in mind, folks, I'm putting Mike's comment back up there. If you notice next to Mike's name, there's a little symbol next to his name. He is a member of our community, and our members, this is so cool. Our members got to experience our thousandth tip. I do a daily tip for all of my community. And yesterday I did my 1,000th tip, and 9 of my favorite tips that I use all the time. I wanted to share that with anybody. Am I breaking up a little bit? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I hope it goes out okay. I'm sorry if this is breaking up. But
it might be a little better when you move back. I don't know what it is. It's that wire, I think.
Okay. It might be.
I've already rewatched them all 4 of them, Michael.
Did you rewatch them?
But yes, they're wonderful tips. And I am, as my name says, it says, I am a satisfied Smurf and a member of the community and love it.
Yes, me too. Same here.
There you go. There you go. I love it. And thank you for your support over the years too. There's Trokla at Michael Daniels. Glad to catch you guys live. How frequently do you host lives? I actually do lives every Wednesday, right? You're talking about me? Right, every Wednesday, usually around this time or 5 o'clock, somewhere around in this time, but always on Wednesday. And then I do a live game show on Friday nights. Not this week; it's Memorial Weekend, though.
I know.
Or no, Labor Day weekend. I always get those wrong.
We'll miss
Labor Day weekend, so no game show this week. But yes, I do live, usually 2 lives a week, sometimes 3. It just depends. I do love doing live. Now, Miss Eileen, you do some lives now, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't have a schedule.
No. Still need to.
Hey, this was a pop-up. This is a pop-up live because this is live on my channel as well. And I did go live last week, I believe it was. But yeah, I can't be tied down to a schedule.
No, I understand that. But you still should do one thing. You should do that I think would be awesome, Miss Eileen. I suggested this to you before. Oh, thank you very much on the congratulations. Oh, you're welcome. She said thanks a bunch. Or he. I don't know who Trokla is, but anyway. One thing I think I wish you would do, and I would join this, is if you did a calendar event and you pop up and go live. And just put that on there.
I worked on that calendar today, and I did something wrong.
Okay.
Because actually, I
bet you could get help from Michael.
It was another person who actually made the suggestion as well that day we were talking about it. Anyhow, I had an old. It was Mark Burris. Yeah. That's right. I'm glad you said it. I would felt bad if I wouldn't have thought of it.
Mark was in there with us. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was revamping an old calendar. It used to be my podcasts from 8 years ago or something.
I had to put this up because this is true.
Absolutely.
Up live with good content. Always brings us the latest updates. Absolutely.
That's Principal Kathy.
Okay. I love when you go. I don't always catch you though. You know what I'm saying? I don't always catch you, but I love it when you go live. I really do. I learned so much from you.
Thank you. Yeah, and so I said, you know what? I'm not going to try to revamp this old thing. I'm going to start it from scratch. Excellent. And so and then I started doing something else. But and then you were live. I'm sorry. I saw that you were live.
There you go. Good answer. Good answer.
Clean that one up.
Yeah, all right, folks. Hey, listen, if you're watching this, you're probably watching over this way. You'll see a join button down the bottom. This join button gets you into the backstage pass with any guests that we have on. If we do have guests, it also gives us opportunity to get to the tips. Make sure you join at the $9.99 level. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Dear Myrtle with a $19.99 super chat. How sweet is that? Congrats on 1,000 Tinker with Tip Tips. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody's support. All you members, I appreciate your support. One thing I love about this is just like this. These two that are visiting me in here today, these guys came in because these are these higher paid. They're the super mega ultimate righteous fans. So they are allowed to come in and join. I give them a link to come on in and join. But it's stuff like this that makes it just so much fun. Instead of me just talking to a wall, I have someone where I can have conversation and we can converse about this kind of stuff.
And you can
I
give
appreciate-
feedback.
Yeah, that's right. Give feedback. And I love you
the
too
topics,
because
Michael, the topics you share are interesting and your knowledge is fun. And sometimes I know what you're talking about and sometimes I don't. Either way, I always learn. And I love it.
yeah, that's awesome.
And
I love it.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks again, everybody. We're going to go into the backstage pass now because after the shows, we're going to go into that backstage pass and all these members have access to that. They're going to come into the backstage pass and we're going to chat a little bit further. We'll talk about some more things, not just here. And one more time, I have to put this up. Dear Myrtle, thanks again for the super chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for coming on with me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate y'all.
You're
support.
welcome.
Y'all are so
Thanks
sweet.
for having me.
Y'all are great, of course. All right, I'm gonna take us on out. We'll see you guys in the backstage pass. Anybody that wants to
Stay
join,
beautiful.
come on. We'll come in the backstage pass. There you go. Bye, all.